What's happening, guys, and welcome to the Greed Feed, and today I have an unboxing for you. We have a special box from Pop Culture here, so let's get into it, shall we? So this is a pop set that I've been really keen to come out. They released the first series years and years ago, and they had like all the basic characters, but I am a huge X-Men fan. I grew up on the comics. My brother was a big reader of the X-Men comics, and that was kind of the first thing that introduced me to the Marvel Universe was X-Men. So I'm super happy that they brought out more pops, and they're going to be bringing out apparently even more than these ones just to add to the X-Men collection. So I picked up the new series of X-Men pops, and let's see what we've got. So the first one is Storm in her mohawk, in her nice black costume. Now these are based obviously off the classic X-Men series. They're not based off the current movie, which a lot of people think, because they've got Psylocke and Archangel and stuff like that. But I am super keen to have a mohawk Storm. I think it's like one of her coolest designs. So let's have a look, shall we? Oh, that's weird. I don't know if you guys can see that, but she's actually like taped in, which is kind of interesting. Never seen Funko do that before. So obviously she comes with her little base. And she's a pretty cool pop. I mean, that mohawk right there is the coolest thing ever. She's even got like the little storm earrings on there. But yeah, nice little pop. Awesome to add to the collection. I really want them to do a Gambit pop. Gambit is my favorite character. Absolutely love Gambit. I was really keen for the fact that they were doing a movie, and that all got canned and stuff like that, and they haven't revisited it, which kind of sucks, but I'm kind of happy about it a little bit because Fox have really been kind of ruining X-Men movies recently. Apocalypse wasn't too bad, but wasn't that great either. So that's cool. We got Storm in her mohawk version. Probably the one I was least excited for out of this series, just because I've already got a Storm, obviously from the first series that came out. So still excited to grab her, but not as excited as I am for the other pops in this series. And second we have Psylocke. Now Psylocke obviously in the new movie, played by Olivia Munn superbly. Really interesting X-Men. Well, I was never really a fan of her, but I've grown to kind of like her. But I mean, she is really cool. She's got really badass powers. So let's have a look at Psylocke, shall we? There she is in all her glory with her katana. So nice little details. Like, the thing I really like about the new pops, and I know a lot of people don't necessarily agree with me on this, is that they're actually making them, I guess, to scale. So they're making the women with smaller bodies and stuff like that, and they've improved their bases for the smaller bodied women, because previously you'd put them on their base and they just fall straight over because their head was too top heavy or something like that, whereas these days they're all nice and steady on their base. They don't fall over, and it just looks better in my opinion. Like, I do like the standard pop kind of poses. It's kind of why I fell in love with pops, but I do like the fact that they're branching out and they're getting a bit more dynamic, because it was, after thousands and thousands of pops, the same pose was getting a bit boring in my opinion. So it's good that they've changed it up. Really excited to add Psylocke to the collection. And let's see what we've got next. Now, this guy, I'm so keen to have him. I have waited so long. We have Sabertooth. Now, I don't know why Sabertooth was never brought out in the original series. It kind of made sense because they brought out like a brown suit Wolverine to go with this guy. And it was kind of weird that they never actually brought out Sabertooth. But having said that, he's here now, so I can't complain too much. And he does look awesome. I'm super happy. I have seen some customs of him done that I was gonna actually have a go at myself if they never released one, but I'm so glad that they actually went to the effort of releasing him. And here he is in all his glory. Really good detail. His hair sculpt and eyebrows and stuff is awesome. Absolutely killer. One thing I really don't like, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's like really clear joins on the legs and the arm. I don't think I've ever seen that on a pop. They're usually like one solid piece, whereas he's like, you can clearly see there's joins there, which is interesting. I mean, I guess when he's up on a shelf, you're not really going to see it, so it's not too bad of a thing. Next up, we have Cable, guy. Oh. I thought that was Cable. Quicksilver. I know it's Quicksilver. Don't kill me. I saw the white hair. I presumed Cable. I only had a quick look at him. So obviously, classic Quicksilver. I'm not really a fan of the portrayals of Quicksilver. Like, he's really good in the X-Men, but I'm not a big fan of the. I mean, I guess they did kill him off, but I wasn't really a big fan of the Marvel version that was in the Avengers. But having said that, I think for that movie he suited well. I just wasn't really a fan of the actor they went with, and again the fact that they brought him in and killed him off really quickly kind of seemed pointless, but you know. So Quicksilver's pretty basic design, just in his usual attire, pretty good hair sculpt. The one thing I'm seeing with this guy already is he just falls over, which for me, being an out-of-box collector, is kind of really fucking annoying, because it means I can't really display him without putting blue tack. I mean, I might be able to bend his legs a little bit, but he seems like his sculpt is like uneven. I don't know. I'll have to deal with that when I come to it, but I guess I can lean him up against a wall or something. It's not the absolute end of the world. Now, I've left my two favorites to last. I'm so stoked that they finally made this bad boy right here, Archangel. Now, I am a huge fan of Archangel. I didn't mind him in the new X-Men Apocalypse, but again, like, I don't know if it's just how Fox make their X-Men movies. Like, the pacing's really weird, and they seem very anticlimactic. Like, you have all this weird kind of cutscene build up, and it just keeps going, and then just kind of comes to a massive conclusion out of nowhere. And I don't think they build very well, and it kind of just leaves me disappointed. Like, the whole epic fight at the end of X-Men Apocalypse was just kind of like, really? That doesn't seem that great. But you know, each to their own. Hopefully Fox let go of the rights one day and we will see an X-Men vs Avengers movie. Would be amazing. I'd love to watch that. But having said that, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's getting old and you'd have to recast Wolverine, and I don't know if my heart is ready for that. Wolverine is just, Hugh Jackman has just destroyed that role for anyone else that's going to play it. I can't imagine anyone else playing Wolverine, but you know, they're going to have to recast him eventually. So here is Archangel, guys. It's a beautifully painted pop. He's got the nice metal wings there, and again, like, he's got the, it's just these X-Men pops, they've got like joins. I don't know if it's Funko have changed their production, I just haven't realized it, but they've got like, and they're really obvious. They're like really obvious joins, that they're like their leg joins and their arm joins there. I'm not sure. Give me 1 second, guys, I'll go check some other pops. And I'm back. So I just grabbed two, like, I guess newer pops. Well, not really newer, but they were just the first two on my shelf. And as you can see, like, even with Metallic Green Ranger, there's no joins. No joins like at the legs or anything like that. Like, nothing obvious. And the same with, just got Gold Freezer there. Like, there's no, it's like one whole piece. Whereas these were like, and then, I don't know if I'm really impressed by it. It looks dodge. Like, honestly, if you see that, you can see the joins at the legs and at the arms. It's really like, I don't know, it's really off-putting that they're not like one whole piece. We're really curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. Have you seen that with new pops? Is that something that Funko's doing at the moment? They've changed their production maybe, and maybe I'm just oblivious and haven't realized it with other pops. But yeah, no, I mean, they still look amazing. I'm still super pumped for this series, but yeah, it's kind of a big turn off, to be honest. It's weird. Looks really, really weird. But hey, that's, if they want to change production, then they're more than welcome to do that. That's none of my business. And of course, I left the best for last, in my opinion. I have been absolutely yearning for this pop. I thought we were going to have to wait until Deadpool 2 to get this guy, but they've brought out a classic version of him. And of course, we have Cable. Now, Cable would be awesome to go with Deadpool and X-Men and all that. One of my absolute favorite comic book characters. Just the fact that he's Scott Summers' fucking son from the future is just like the coolest thing ever. But he's just so badass. I mean, you can't like fuck with Cable. And like the combination of him and Deadpool together, like that comic line, is just probably like some of my favorite comics. I'm super happy to add him to the collection, guys. And he looks absolutely sick. I love that they've kept with like they've released classic X-Men. Like, I would have been really disappointed if they had have gone and released the X-Men Apocalypse line. I mean, the suits weren't too bad this time around, in all honesty. Like, they're a lot better than they have been, but like nothing compares to like the old school yellow and blue comic book outfits. Like, that's what I grew up on. That's what I want to see with these pops. That's what I assume. That's what I assume Funko, you know, from what I know of Funko, that's what they got into making toys for, is for that old school feel and just bringing back that nostalgia. And for me, they've really hit it with this line. There's a few X-Men pops that I really want, that I'm hoping, let's hope that they're making a third series. I know they've brought out the Kamikaze exclusive I know they brought out the Kamikaze exclusive Colossus, the shiny one, which is kind of annoying because I have the normal Colossus, but I really do want him because he's chrome and he actually looks like Colossus this time. And he's kind of got like a cool kind of action pose going. And I've also got the Emma Frost exclusive pop. I think it's like a specialty series one, supposedly coming on the way. So super keen to add those, but I need a Gambit. I need a Gambit pop. Someone out there needs to make a Gambit pop. I'd love a Rogue pop. Rogue's probably one of my other favorite characters. I know they're coming out with the really cool X-Men. They're bringing out a new Logan, and they're bringing out like a few other variants of Wolverine. So that should be cool. I'll see with those ones. I'm kind of on the fence with them because I've already got a few Wolverine pops, whether I'm going to grab them or not. But they are really cool. And like I said, there's so many pops they could do with X-Men that I'm just really excited, hopefully, for them to do a Series 3. I'm really excited for the X-Men Collector's Call that's coming out this month. I have grabbed that. I will be doing an unboxing for you guys. I'm super keen. Apparently there's a pop ride in it, which kind of annoys me because they're just like spitting out what their content is these days in those Funko boxes before you even get them. Like the Star Wars box this month, we know that it's Han Solo on a Tauntaun, so it's like, well, it kind of ruins the fun of the mystery. Like, I really did enjoy those boxes and not knowing what we're going to get, but on the same level, it does kind of give you the opportunity, if you don't like the item that's coming in the box, not to purchase it. So it's got its goods and its bads, but all they've released about the X-Men boxes that it will have a pop ride in, so I'm really hoping for a Logan on his motorcycle or something of the sort. Even just Iceman. I want an Iceman pop as well, but Iceman just like riding a beam of ice would be the coolest thing ever and be so unexpected. But I mean, it is Funko collab box, so my money is either Logan or Scott Summers on a motorcycle. And I'd be very surprised if that's not what we get.